Do you feel older than you should? In that case, I invite you to tune in and turn up the Art McCoy University of Common Sense radio show every Sunday night at 5 p.m.
Otay's son.
Mrs. Otay's son. My goodness. You know, Mrs. Otay's son, if you weren't a Marine and I wasn't with the Big Red One, you know, when the Big Red One and the Marines met, we punched the Marines out. Do you know that?
No, please, come on. You know that. You know better, my friend. Anyway, all right, let me tell you why I'm calling.
Yes, sir.
I turned the radio on and you on the air. So what's happening is Judge G. Murrell Capers. I met her in 1969. She was my first attorney, the judge at the time. I also stood behind her when she was running for the mayor of Cleveland. I was with her then. She knows me as Otay. That's what she used to call me, because I'm Mrs. Otay's son. Now, let me tell you about her that I loved about her. She had a walk, she wore a hat, and when you saw her in a crowd with that hat on, you knew it was her. Now, she was a professional smoker. When I say professional, she could smoke in your presence with a cigarette, and you would not know she was even smoking. That's how good she was with a cigarette. And she would have to be one of the most intelligent women. She wrote a letter to Serena Williams when she won some championship, and I wish somebody could find that documentation and read it over the air when she told the Williams sisters how difficult her road would be to the top. I tell the judges, so we were blessed to have the Judge G. Murrell Capers. Oh, man, we were blessed. And I thank you for when she was on the air. I used to listen to her. And I saw her once in Lancers, and she recognized who I was. And I had my son with me. And she just laughed, and we talked about it. But this was a few years ago. But I wanted to make sure that our audience knows that Jean Murrell Capers was a special person. She was given to us, and we thank the Creator for her. And Silver Beat, I ain't seen him in so long, but once he sees me, you know who I am. But you already know who I am. You know on my license plate I got somebody. Is that true?
Absolutely somebody, the great Marine. I was just at the great veteran celebration you all had. Somebody, you are somebody. You're Miss Otay's son. And I really appreciate the memories you had of the oldest talk show host in America, Judge Jean Murrell Capers. Hey, man, Ted didn't even tell me that she used to smoke cigarettes. I didn't know that. Thought she was a clean liver all her life.
Yeah, but she was something. I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's only two women that were professional like that with a cigarette. It was my mother and the Honorable Judge Jean Murrell Capers. They could smoke in your presence and you would not even know and recognize they were smoking. That's a professional smoker.
All right. Okay. Beautiful talking to you. Somebody, you got to call me more often, okay?
I will.
Miss Otay's son.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, this show is in honor of the judge. She
All right.
is such an icon.
All right, but you're in the studio, so the judge would want us to pump you up, so that's what we're gonna do. All right.
Yeah.
Who's on the phone line? Talk to me.
Hey, Art Dale Fellows, Lake County Republican Party. How are you?
Oh my goodness, how you doing, Dale?
I'm doing great, and just so sad to hear about Judge Capers, and I know Gerald Struthers too. But Judge Capers, I wanted to just send out a special RIP to her. My goodness, what a gem of a lady she was, and what a jewel of a person for our community for all these years. And we're so saddened to see her go, but boy, are we all enriched by the life that she gave us here in Cleveland.
Dale, you don't know how much this means to the program for you calling in, because she thought a lot of you. You sit right across from her. Many times we're in the studio. So it's just an honor, man, that you recognize. All right.
I love her. I loved her very, very much, and you know, one of my fun stories I tell is how my wife and I would go and to these different events, community events, and we'd always see if she was there and try and sit with her, and she was always one making sure that she took a little doggy bag home to her dog, and that us being dog lovers ourselves, we appreciated that. But she was just an amazing, amazing lady, and we are all, like I said, enriched by her life.
Well, I run for this judgeship, but what I'm actually calling in about is, you know, we've been talking about how to honor Jean Murrell Caper. The best way for us to honor her legacy is for people to become active in their community. Stand up. Speak out. Jean Murrell Capers was a legend not because of what she was, but because of what she did.
No doubt about it. Hey, we thank you so much. Who are you, sir?
This is Michael Nelson, and Art, you're my man. Keep up the good work. And, you know, we don't have to agree, but we got to fight together against the common enemy. And you are a fighter, and I respect your work.
Her age was 104. She passed away peacefully at Judson Manor Nursing Home.
You were a diligent soldier for the judge. If it wasn't for you, the judge wouldn't have been able to be the oldest talk show host in America. We gave the judge a new life. We were the judge's last job. And it could not have happened if it had not been for your stewardship. How do you feel, sir?
I feel sad that she passed, but you know, we talked about it. We talked about it. She told me, she said, I'm a tough old lady. That's what she told me about 2 weeks ago. You know, and when I would go visit her, she would be asleep, and I would touch her. I said, Judge, she'll wake up and open her eyes and acknowledge me, and then go back to sleep. You know, but she was tough all the way. And I saw her the night before she passed. And the last time I saw her, that night before, she was sleeping. I touched her. I said, Judge, she didn't wake up. She just kept sleeping. Yeah, so I just had to accept it, man. But she was good people. It's good people. Yeah, real good people.
So Ted, at 100, she defended the case for you, didn't she? Or was it 101?
Yeah, it was before that. I think she was like maybe 90.
90, yeah.
90.
Yeah. Did she win the case?
Yeah, I lost money, you know, they stalked me, you know.
Yeah.
But, she stood up, man. We going to Columbus, she be drive to Columbus, and she was hard, you know, she dealt with it. She dealt with it. She got one of the judges, he had to retire.
Yeah.
And then the Supreme Court judge, he was a chief justice. He died. He died. But she gave him fits, all of them, man.
Yeah.
She was something to be reckoned with. Yes.
Yes.
And they know it.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah.
We would be down there every other day, man. And sometimes it would be cold and hot. This is how they would do us. We'd go down there, and they wouldn't even tell us that they had postponed it. Show how rotten they are. They wouldn't tell us they had postponed it. And then when we get back to the office, then maybe a letter would be in the mailbox. But they dogged it, because they were up on all the computers and all of that. But the judge, she doing the old way, going to the library. We'd take her to the library, and she'd be in the library all day, man. Yeah, all day, reading and going over cases and all. But yeah, they knew who she was. Yeah, they knew who she was. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, you were glad to have her as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were equally glad to have her as a friend.
As a friend, yeah. That was even better.
Yeah. So after you left the show, many times you all had your little lunches, did you?
Yes, we would leave and go to McDonald's. And she would kick it with all the old guys, you know. There'd be about 5 or 6 of them. They'd be waiting on her, man. Books, and they had books and pictures and all, man, and they be talking about the old times and the different people and all, yeah.
Yes,
And they look forward to it. And they ask me now, well, I told them when she passed, I stopped and told them that she had passed.
Yeah.
But all of them, they ask, and they tell her hi,
I'd just like to add to that. She looked forward to every Sunday talking with them, and I would be there also, ask questions. She loved talking to us and giving. She has so much wisdom, She was a joy to be with.
She was.
Well, this is Bill Silby Richards. I'm kind of real touched because she's been the educator of the educators of everything that you could say. It says the community activist. She was there before a lot of us was around, and Jane Sheets, who's the first chairperson, black female in the country, was 16 when she was the council person, when the judge was the council person. So I heard stories from my godmother about this young lady, and I seen her travel through the caucus and go to every funeral. Every funeral I was at, she's at the funeral, because she knew the people. But what really struck me was this, and they have it in the paper, I love it. They said Capers began serving Cleveland City Council in 1949, long before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. That tells you something right there.
Yes, it does.
She is a queen warrior.
Yes, she is.
She had the red, black, and green in her system before we were born.
Yes, she did.
She knew it. She is up it.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one. When Dr. King said, we'll have some difficult days ahead, she was there, here in Cleveland.
Yes, she was.
So I called, I thought about her for a while. Like I said, well, there's the book that says The Gentleman from Ohio, and I could see Judge Caper, the perfect gentlewoman from Ohio. I thought about the calves, and I thought about all that. She defended the land, held it up for everybody else that came out.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
And I just think it's great when Art and I'm just kind of emotional about it.
It's okay.
They did a phenomenal woman, and she was there, and she enjoyed the least of these. Not all those degrees and all that. She loved she's like the grandmother and queen, and that program allowed her to show her royalness to us, and that we appreciate it. So she saw the development of everything up to the Barack Obama becoming president.
Yes.
So God allowed her to live to do that.
Yes, he did.
Well, I'm Sean Hilliard. I'm here. Thank you, Art, for inviting us on your show today. I remember the last time I saw Judge Capers. She was sitting in that corner, and she was talking to me and Trotter, saying, she was passing. It was almost like she was passing the torch on to us, saying that there's still work to be done. But she always had a smile. She always had encouraging words to say, and I'm just glad I had an opportunity to meet her before she passed, because she meant a lot to me. In a short time, I talked to her. In a short time, she encouraged me. She kept telling me to stay out there to fight, to stay out there to continue on fighting for the young people and for justice. So I'm glad we're here today talking about her, and she's definitely dearly missed. But I'm here today for my friend, my mentor, Victoria Trotter. She's a person that I know can do well by Ward 10, as Silver B said. She has the passion, she has the heart, she has the drive, she has everything she needs except for those votes, and that's what September 12th is all about. So if you want to get things done, you're looking for someone that is business-minded, that's a leader, that cares about the people, then your vote is for Victoria Trotter. Can't see nobody else. So that's why I'm here today, to support her and to encourage her and to make sure she get into that general election and get that vote. Amen.
Amen.
And that's all I'm going to let them know. I'm our God.
All right.
Hotel.
All right.
A lot of us, my name is Mr. Gwendolyn Pitts. A lot of us are activists, have been activists a long time. We're following N.G. Capers' footsteps. I've been on the front line with Kathy Ray Coleman, editor of Cleveland Urban News. We have put together different forums where we have candidates. In fact, next Wednesday, we hope to have candidates come up and speak about what they're going to do for their community.